All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the webinar today. Today is Friday, March 24th. They had a little change in our agenda today. The person that was scheduled today couldn't do theirs till later in the series. So I took on the last topic of Beyond the 4 Ps of Marketing. So today's topic will be the one that was scheduled for today, called the top tips for protecting your dollars, data, and business, will be on the very last one in May the 26th. So looks like we've got a good group of people here today, and looking forward to covering this topic. So I was out of town Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I'd started working on this topic a couple weeks ago, but didn't get very far on it. So I put a lot of work into it last night and tonight, and I'm gonna just wing it here. I am excited to talk about this. Is one of my favorite presentations that I've done over the last couple of years, and I love this topic of marketing. I don't know why I do, but I got the 4-year college degree in this topic of marketing, and maybe that's why I'm so excited whenever I get the opportunity to talk about marketing. I'm excited about it. Oh, good. We got some more people joining us. Awesome. So, some of these things we're going to talk about today are somewhat basic, but at the end we're going to add some elements to the 4 Ps of marketing. Some of it will just be great reminders, and some of it will be a little bit of new information, and we're going to throw a little bit of nuances to it as well. So everybody should know what the 4 Ps of marketing are. But in some businesses, this is what, as I meet with a lot of different people, this is kind of what I find are some people's 4 Ps of marketing. Please, 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 please buy from me. And that's not what I hope you call your 4 Ps of marketing in your business. There are some specific things that you need to do. And if begging is one of them, then you probably need to reevaluate your marketing plan. So let's first of all talk about what is the principle of marketing. Marketing is the management process through which goods and or services move from concept to the customer. So it's basically, how do you get your product into the hands of all of the customers? And the better you are at marketing, the more successful your product will be. That's what it all boils down to. And there's all sorts of principles of marketing. When I got my degree in marketing, my twin brother, he went specified in accounting, and he was always joking that it was a very generic business degree. But I can tell you that I've put my college degree to use many, 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 many of times, and that's probably why I love this topic. So let's talk about the principle of marketing and strategic marketing. We're going to dive deep into this, and what are some specific things that you must be doing in 2017 to be a strategic marketer. The American Marketing Association has defined marketing as the activity, set of instructions, a set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and the society at large. Marketing is used to create the customer, to keep the customer, and to satisfy the customer. With the customer as the focus of its activities, it can be concluded that marketing is one of the premier components of business management. The other being innovation. And I love this topic, this quote that I found by Peter Drucker, and it tied right into that definition from the American Marketing Association. Because its purpose is to create a customer, the business has 2 and only 2 functions: marketing and innovation. Marketing and innovation produce results. All the rest of our costs in your business. And if you look at it, those are the two things that are bringing in revenue. Anything you're doing to bring in that customer is through marketing, and innovation is what's going to bring the dollars. Everything else to your business is going to be an expense. I love that that quote. So let's quickly dive into what is each one of these categories, and we're going to get in and talk about some of these principles with the 4 Ps. If you've been around in business for a while, you'll understand that the 4 Ps of marketing have been out for 20, 30, 40, 50 probably years. So there's not a lot of new stuff. So I'm not going to focus a lot of this, but I want to make sure that everyone's clear with product, price, place, and promotion. You have to nail these 4. Now I'm going to add some and go beyond these 4 Ps, but I want everyone to be clear. If you're not specific on your product, what does the customer want? What features does it have or meet their needs? How and where will the customer use it? What does it look like? What's the color, sizes? Who's your competition? How will you brand it? That is all the things that you must do with your product. Now, next one on to price. This one is a crucial thing, and this one is probably the one that's being affected most by people. If you compare a product back 30, 40 years ago, there's a whole different pricing strategy today because of the internet, that you have to be price sensitive. So what is the value of the product or the service of the buyer? Are there established price points for products? Is the customer price sensitive? What are discounts should be offered to trade customers? What will your price compare with the competitors? So this is one that I'll tie here in at the end, that you have to be very, very conscious of. The next one, place. Where do the buyers look for the product or service? If they look in a store, what kind? How can you access the right distribution channels? Do you need to use a sales force? What do your competitors do? Now, this is where things have changed so significantly. 30 years ago, you went whenever you needed a new product, you went to a store to get it. Now, with the prevalence of the internet, how much shopping has transitioned to buying on the internet versus going to a store like we used to go 20, 30 years ago. And is your business changing with the times? The next one, promotion. Where and when can you get access to your marketing messages or the target messages? Where are you advertising your product? Will you reach your audience by advertising in the newspaper, TV, radio, billboards, or better yet, where a majority of the money's going now is on the internet? When is the best time to promote? How do your competitors do their promotions? These are some things that you need to look at when you're talking about the 4 Ps. Now, one of the things that I want everybody to understand is the difference between selling and marketing. Okay? Selling is when you're specifically meeting one-on-one with a customer and persuading them to get your product. Whereas marketing is a one-to-many type of education. So marketing is going out to the masses, where selling is usually one-on-one. Selling is the process of converting prospects and leads to customers and sales, whereas marketing is the process of generating awareness, getting potential leads, and getting increased traffic. I like to best explain the difference between these two in old-style war terms. Selling is the ground war. You're going to war one-on-one with a person, hand-to-hand combat. Whereas marketing is more of like an air attack. You can take on many, many, many people with the types of marketing. And I love this quote at the bottom. Marketing is no longer about the stuff you make. marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. How important those stories are. I love that quote by Seth Godin. He's a great author and a great speaker. And we'll tie in that about the stories are so important these days with the internet presence. I have the 10 commandments of marketing that I wanted to go through with you, and I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. I think most of them make sense, as does hopefully the 10 commandments, the regular 10 commandments, but I thought these were kind of quick things that I'll go through that you got to do in all of your marketing. Thou shalt be truthful. Thou shalt not target customers with messages they don't want. Thou shalt make it easy for people to find you. Huge with the internet. You've got to make it easy for people to find you. Thou shalt respect your customers. Thou shalt make it easy for people to pass along. A great thing, and we'll talk about that at the end with referrals. Another thing is that you should be useful. Thou shalt listen to your customers. If you're not listening to your customers, you will get negative feedback, and you will struggle in selling and getting your product in the hands of more and more customers. Thou shalt measure and optimize. An easy thing to do when you're advertising on the internet. There's so many different analytics that you can pull if you are marketing right on the to the right audience. Number 9. Thou shalt remove any organizational barriers to speedy collaborative innovation. And the last one, thou shalt separate promoting from branding. Key things to make sure that you're doing. Just some quick, easeful hints in there. So I'm going to take the 4 Ps just to a simple level and add one more component to it. The product of people. It's another principle, and I'm going to add multiple ones, by the way. I got some exciting ones to add on here at the end. But people, if you don't have people, this is one that was added in past years, but people is also a very key function to making sure that your business is going in the right direction. So let me just briefly go through a couple things and recap here. And I've got one paragraph that I made note on each of these of the 4 Ps. In dealing with the product, what are you selling? What does the warranty look like? And what are the most important aspects of your product? Are these the most important features, or your customers' most important features? And you got to remember that the product that you have is what it is that's making you the money. Okay? On the second one, the price. How much is the customer willing to pay for your product? It's a big thing that you have to analyze. A lot of companies that I work with on a daily basis struggle in this, that they want to get, the highest price, but yet their competitors are much lower, and they don't. And unless you separate your product from someone else, you cannot be that much difference in price. Placement. You have to be smart in your placement. For example, it's spring now, and if you go out and try to put Christmas lights on your shelves, they're not going to go this time of the year. People aren't interested. But yet, what are people buying? People are buying the lawn and garden tools. So you got to make sure that you're placing the products at the right time in front of your customers. Okay, and promotion. How do you communicate with your customers? What are you doing out there, especially online, to give people the promotion and selling your products out there, and branding your whatever your product may be, whether it's a tangible item or a service. And the last thing here that I added to it is people. These are the people that bring your product to the customer and the people that maintain this relationship after the purchase. These can include sales reps, customer service, receptionists, shipping managers, everybody that's involved in getting your product to the customer. People are the are an essential part of achieving your business's marketing goals. And I hope you understand that there's a reason for people being in the center there. Let me repeat that. People are an essential part of achieving your business's marketing goals. Okay? So the internet has added a whole different nuance to marketing. And so I came across this article, and I'm just going to take a couple minutes and read this because it was absolutely phenomenal. Sorry, I'm still dealing with this sinus infection, so if I sounded a little nasally, I apologize. The growing influence of the internet has made these classic principles a little bit archaic in the light of the new relationship that businesses have with customers. In a day where consumers seem to know everything about your business, the old marketing mix of the 5 Ps is increasingly at odds with how business is done today. Has the time come to rewrite the P's of marketing? And this is why I felt like this is totally what the businesses today need to hear. The 4 Ps, the 5 Ps have been around forever. It's principles that if you're going to be successful, you have to involve. But I want to add a nuance to each one of these different 5 Ps. And that graphic I put on there only has the 4 Ps, so I add the people on there as well. So number 1, place. It's not about place. It's about any place. Okay, so let me read this. This is a key thing to remembering about place. In an age where many businesses operate around always-on, high-speed internet access, place is irrelevant. When you can dip into the almost the entirety of the world's knowledge from the product in your pocket, you're always able to research, buy, and advocate. It's not about place any longer. Now it's about access to that. The research of a product on their PC, they research a product on their PC at home, head to a store to handle it, scan its barcode. How many of you have found yourself doing this? Scan its barcode with their smartphone and start reading reviews and checking their competitor's price in the aisle. There are no more channels. There is only omni-channel. The physical and digital worlds are now coming together. So it's not about place, it's about any place. Okay? How many of you have had this experience of going into a store? I can tell you that in Christmas, I went to Best Buy, and we had the most incredible rep there that he pulled out his phone, and I said, is this the best price that I'm going to get for it? And he says, well, let me check. And he pulled out, scanned the barcode, it immediately went into finding the whole best price on the internet. And we ended up buying an iPod, and let's see here, an iPad mini. So we bought every size, an iPad mini, and an iPod. And we walked out of there, and every single product this rep found online and got us the bottom deal. That's what it takes to be successful in marketing your product. Okay. In the past, promotion consisted of brand created images, with every brand claiming its product was the best. But today, a brand is what consumers say about it. Consumers can find opinions from real product owners online at any time, and no amount of marketing can cover up this first-person transparency. Instead of merely promoting a message, the most successful brands today get consumers to promote it for them by first delivering great experiences, then encouraging and enabling customers to talk about them. If you are going to be successful today, you have to be getting reviews for your products out there. And they have to be good reviews, okay? So that is one of the biggest things with promotion that's been replaced, is getting the reviews, and we'll talk about that a little bit at the end. Price. from price to value. That's one of the big things that have changed. A brand is defined by every experience around it, not just by products. Absent alternatives, consumers have traditionally settled for products and brands that don't fully meet their needs. But good enough products are no longer good enough because consumers have more choice than ever before. In the transparency created by consumer promotion, only truly valuable brands can charge a premium. You have to have something that totally separates you apart in order to charge more for the product. I see a question on there, and I'll answer that here at the end, Jake, at the very end. Product. Focus on solution instead of the product. Now, I worked with a client yesterday that's out, as we speak, making their presentation for one of their biggest deals that they've ever closed. And the coaching that I gave to them was that they couldn't sell on anything but to being a solution to what the customer's needs were. And you have to focus on being that solution. Customers don't care about product features or usability if a product fails to solve their problem. It's not about the features you want your products to have. It's about the problems that consumers need to solve. And the last thing here on people, 2 components to people. There are 2 components to people. The people who help you spread the word about the business. People who love your brand will introduce you to new consumers. 50% of advocates recommend a brand because they had a good experience with a product or service. Building strong and engaging relationships with your customers is the key to successful communication of your product or service or offering. Okay, so I hope that takes you into some of the nuances of the new technology that we're in and some of the things that you must do to stay ahead of the marketing curve. Here are some of the ways, and it all depends on the type of business that you have, of where you need to focus. I have a retail business, a retail cell phone accessory business, and the 2 things that work for my business is Google reviews and people leaving comments on Facebook, because those things people see. All of the people who are friends on Facebook can see what those reviews are. You can go on to Google and check any business and see what the reviews are on their business. It is crucial that you focus especially on Google reviews. Everybody's business needs to have positive Google reviews. If you don't have positive Google reviews, you will not be found very quickly on the internet. And we've had the meeting 2 weeks ago about getting found on Google. And if you remember from that, you have to focus on getting that. Now, there's a couple things that about Google is you can't bribe customers to leave you good Google reviews with any kind of financial reward. Be careful with that, because that can turn around and bite you really bad. But Amazon reviews, if you're in certain businesses, Yelp or Angie's List, there are just a few. There's so many different places. There's a lot of like Angie's List that focus on the construction field. So whatever your business is, know what it is best that you need to do to get your business found out there. So let's add a few of the P's over the last few days as I've been thinking about this topic. Another P that I think we could add to it is to make sure that you have a purpose with your marketing. Product, price, placement, and promotion and people only are good and going to be effective if you have purpose in your marketing. You have to just know what it is and what your goal is in mind of getting your product best promoted to get to the customer. Another one that we can't forget, that all businesses cannot survive without profits in their business. Are you pricing your product to where there's enough products in there that you can do other promotions and maybe redo the packaging or whatever it may be? But if you aren't building enough profit into your business will go away. That's the bottom line, okay? You have to build in profits into your business. You have to be competitive in the marketplace. So not only do you have to be competitive, but you have to make sure that you're making money. And the last thing, if all of those 6 P's don't work, I was given this advice from one of my colleagues here at the SBDC this morning, and I thought I'm going to add that right in there. And one of the things that you need to do, if all of the other 6 P's don't work, you might try praying. There is hope out there for your product. So a couple of key things as we wind things down here at the end to remember. You must position your business in the mind of the prospective clients as the best possible choice for exactly what they need. Are you meeting what their needs are? If you can come through and meet their needs, you will have a sale. This is the thing that I went over time and time again yesterday as I was coaching this client as they were making the biggest sales presentation. They're calling me at noon today to tell me if they were able to close their deal. They had to position their product right. They had to get exactly what the customer needed, not what they wanted, but what they truly needed. A last point to remember here, good marketing makes the company look smart, but great marketing makes the customer feel smart. If the customer feels smart, they're going to give you great reviews. Great reviews will get additional sales. Absolutely thing that you've got to remember is you've got to focus on the customer and making them feel smart. Last thing here, this is 5 ways that I actually touched on in one of my other webinars, but I wanted that it's crucial as I wrap up the many P's of marketing here, is that if you're going to grow in your business, there's only 5 ways that you can grow. Number 1, you got to keep the customers you have. You've got to make sure that people are coming and buying from you over and over and over again. Number 2, attract new customers. This is what marketing is all about, is going out there and finding new customers to add to your existing customers. The third way is to increase the average transaction size. So when that customer, for example, comes into my cell phone accessory store, not only are they getting a new case for their phone, but they're getting a new glass screen protector to cover up their screen. Number 4, increasing the frequency of their purchase. Increasing the many times they come to your business to get the reward of spending money in your business, whatever your business may be. The last one, unfortunately, this is something that we have to always deal with whenever you're in business, is you'll need to learn to say no to bad customers and bad prospects. It's a hard thing to do, to turn away business. I don't recommend it. Hopefully you're not doing it that often, but it is something that you have to face in the reality of business, is that you will occasionally have those. Now, all of these things that you've learned today, I hope you've learned something new, what you need to do, what you need to focus, and what you may need to tweak on in your business to grow your business in the year 2017. And I encourage you, I hope you've taken notes today. Now go out and do it. Looks like Jake had a question here. Let's see here if I can. Are you talking location? Location is I mean, in my marketing degree, the thing you always learned, the first thing you learned about the success of business is always location, location, location. Now, location these days means a lot different than what it did 25 years ago when I got my college degree. Location then meant where your physical product was. Location today is, are you placing your business online? Are you a service industry? Are you a retail industry? Do you have to be in that presence where the people are going to buy your product more and more by the more people that drive by your location? Then your physical location is most important. If it's not, if you're more of a service industry, it's more important that your location be prominent online and with Google and through reviews and Google Maps and making sure that your phone number's right and your time, your hours and everything's right on there. Location is a crucial factor, but it's changed over the past few years. You have to make sure that your location, whether it's online or physical presence, is important. I hope that answered your question there, Jake. We've got a great group, a lot of new people on today. This is exciting. Next week's topic will be about developing an effective intellectual property strategy. We have one of our regional directors from the SBDC that will be leading this. Very knowledgeable. If you have a product that you think there could be some question on whether you have intellectual property that other people can steal or can put you out of business so fast, you need to be on tomorrow. This is going to be a great one. She's going to dive into what you must need to do to make sure that your company, your products are successful. So once again, everybody, this recording will be up either on our website at the Idaho Innovation Center at innovateidaho.org. Will be up probably early next week, or if not later today. Thank you for your participation. I appreciate everyone the questions and the feedback. Have a great weekend, everybody, and go out there and make the 6 or 7 P's, whichever one it is. Hopefully not one of the P's of please, 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 but make it out there, or prayer, and make it out there and make the other P's work. Good luck in your business, and keep up the great work. Now go out and do it, everybody. Have a great weekend.